It's actually time for Cherylyn Bands. Hi chookies, Cherylyn Bands here. Yes, I thought I would just pop into my YouTube. I must apologise for my absence. I know a lot of you have been itching for me to come back, but you know, at the end of the day, I've been flat chat. While I was gone, I did actually get the blue tick on my Instagram site. If you go and look on the date on it, it was before they were just letting anyone buy it. So I actually earned it, you know, so hopefully you all can have a look at that and feel happy for me. I've also gone viral on my TikTok site a few times as well. So yeah, when the Corona-19 virus happened, everyone was losing their marbles. Everyone was going berserk on the internet. Even the TV and the radio people, they were just non-stop cranking out content. And I felt like I didn't have a voice. I felt like I was almost drowning in this sea of not mediocrity, but you know, like well, yeah, look, a sea of mediocrity. Everyone pretty much getting rewarded for doing the bare minimum, but now everyone has buggered off back to where they came from, and I've absolutely smashed it. So I've done a little bit of actressing sort of challenges sort of thing. Also, I do my music covers. A lot of people been enjoying those. And every now and then I get involved in the live battles sort of thing as well.
Darling, I'm just a beautiful bitch for 42, sweetheart. I could pass as your daughter.
The delusion, is that a British thing?
But I do look like your daughter, to be honest.
You look like my sister.
I don't think so, sweetheart. I've got a 21-year-old son, and when I'm with them, they think that I'm their sister.
No, you look like my sister. You know, so I do have to say thank you for the roses, everybody. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not going to beat around the bush. We do need some hard hitters. Otherwise, these measly roses and hand hearts, they're not really going to do all that much. And I think I've entertained to the point where I think it's fairly justified if someone was going to send me a lion or the little lion, what's Leon or whatever it's called, or even a universe. I would like someone to give me the universe. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I've been a little bit quiet on YouTube. But who am I kidding? You lot probably don't care about me. Why would anyone care about me? I mean, there's so much going on. People watching the bastards trapped in the submarine and Miranda the groomer. Why would anyone want to watch me? I guess I'm expected to give everyone a bit of an apology, and I just think, no. What? I didn't owe anyone anything. I don't owe anyone an apology. I don't owe anyone content. If you want to see videos so badly, how about you unglue your ass off your couch and go and make your own? Always at me. If you want to go off at someone, how about bloody Rhiannon? She's put one song out in a decade. She cares too much about making the dollars off making bloody lipsticks and whatnot. Give her an earful. Why do I always cop it? Anyway, so I am back and I'm sorry to anyone what missed me, okay? Yeah, so anyway, I've got a bit of a stories time for you. A few weeks ago, it was my beautiful, gorgeous baby boy Lukey's birthday. So Lukey, me, some of Lukey's friends, they're gay guys as well. I don't mind. They're actually quite lovely. Yeah, the bunch of us went down the coast to this Burrows, the Burrows Wildlife Sanctuary, where they've got all the different Australian animals. They've got koalas, they've got kangaroos, they've got emus, they've got dingoes, they've got echidnas, they've got snakes, they've got the lot, okay? They've got all of them. You know, so we drive down there and we get there, and when you get in, you have to go through the bloody gift shop. That's how you get into it, and everything was just the price of it. It was like it was all made of gold, and there was this sugar glider possum puppet. And I looked at the tag of it and it was $59.99. And I said to the bird what works there, I said, this $60 for the puppet. And she goes, yeah, they're good quality. A lot of people love them. They're quite popular. And I just fucking told her to shove it. I'm not paying $60 for a fucking puppet. Fuck that. No way. Oh, and then to top things off, when we were paying for the entry, it was bloody $1.50. $1.50 for a little bag of food, what you can feed the animals with, and it looked like fucking grass. I'm paying $1.50 for a bag of grass. You go outside, the whole place is covered in grass. Why am I paying for the bastard? Yeah, so anyway, we bought our tickets and the lady gave us like a sheet, like info sheet, pamphlet sort of thing with the map on it. Down the bottom there was a picture of gorgeous a kangaroo with a yellow collar on, and big letters that said, "This is Zelda. Do not touch her." Me and Zelda got along fine. So Zelda was giving me cuddles, and over comes this lady, and she's pointing at her pamphlet, and she said, "I think that's Zelda. I think that's Zelda. You're not supposed to touch her." And I just laughed at her. I said, "Do you work here, do you?" And she goes, "Oh, no, it just says it in the pamphlet. Do not touch her." And I said, "Well, don't touch her then." You know, because I was giving Zelda scratches and pats and kisses, and she was loving every second of it. I don't give a fuck what the pamphlet says. So this bird stomps off, giving me death stares, and then me and the gay guys, we went and looked at some of the other animals. So we saw a koala, and it was eating these mango leaves, I think it was. Yeah, we saw the dingo. That was pretty much just a dog. Yeah, then we saw this big cage full of birds. Wasn't that good? Saw the fucking Tasmanian devil. It was a bit disappointing because it was just asleep, and then I was bashing on the thing and I wake up, little bastard, but it just slept the whole time, so that was a bit of an anticlimax. You see a Tasmanian devil, you want to see this ferocious little demon, you know, and the bastard may as well just been a fucking wombat. Yeah, so then me and the gay guys, we went on, they've got this little trail bushwalk sort of thing, and I started to do it, but it was boring, so I said, "You boys do that, I'm going to go back to the animals." So I went back to the park bit. Yeah, as soon as I got there, up ran me little Zelda, and we had another little cuddle, and absolutely beautiful. But then the lady from before, she comes and walks up to us, and she's just standing there with her arms folded, and I thought, here we fucking go. She must have called over some of the workers, because next minute over comes this fucking Audi's version of Steve Irwin. Yeah, so I've got Zelda and I'm giving her a little scratch, and then the Audi Steve Irwin, he said, "Oh, you're really getting into that scratching, aren't you?" And I said, "Yep, she loves it." He goes, "Yeah, I've got an info sheet for you to read." I said, "I've already got one, mate." You know, and he goes, "Oh, well, obviously you can't read." And I just thought, yeah, keep going, Audi Steve Irwin, and I'll become the fucking Audi Stingray. You keep going. You know, like, seriously, the audacity, asking me if I can read. I just looked at him, I said, "Sorry?" You know, and he goes, "Well, obviously you can't read." And then the fucking dumb bitch, she starts laughing. I just thought, right, I'll keep me cool. I'll keep me cool, because we know how angry I can get. You know, so I get my little bag out and I start feeding Zelda. And then Steve Irwin starts giving me another earful, and he's like, "Oh, well, see that feed you're giving Zelda there? That's actually for the farm animals. You know, because it says in the pamphlet you're not meant to give that feed to the natives. It's just for the farm animals," because they had fucking pigs and cows and llamas. And I just looked at him, I said, "Right, what's your name?" And he goes, pointing at his name tag. I said, "Right, Hayden." I said, "Right, I won't give Zelda this feed. I understand that it's for the other animals. That's all you had to say. You didn't have to patronise me. But realistically, you can see Zelda's loving every second of this." And then the next minute, this fucking dumb bitch, she starts walking up to us, scaring off Zelda. So Zelda hops off, and I just looked at her. I said, "God, you're a fucking cunt." And then Hayden, the ranger, he says, "Oh, don't you call her that?" And I said, "No, she's a fucking cunt." And she starts laughing and rolling her eyes, and I just looked at her dead in the eyes, and I said, you know I wasn't causing any harm. Mind your own business, you fucking stupid bitch. So then Hayden says, you know, I think it's time for you to go now. I think time for you to go. I said, no. He said, it's not a discussion. You are going to leave. You've been feeding animals, feed what's not for them. You've been touching animals, what we ask you not to touch. And now you're attacking other patrons. I said, I will attack her in a minute. He goes, no, you're out of here. The next minute over comes these girl lesbians. They work there as well. And then I was outnumbered, so I thought, fine. So I'm being escorted out of bloody Burrows Sanctuary, Wildlife, whatever. And then I tried to call the boys for an hour. It was just ringing through, and then eventually Luke and the gay guy show up. I said, where were you boys? I've been out here for an hour, I've been kicked out, I've been trying to call you. He goes, oh, we were bushwalking. And I just thought, yeah, well, I'd love to know what bushwalking adventure you were really on. But anyway, these places, I just think it's cruel, They're Australian native animals. You've got them locked up, isolated, you tell them when to eat. It's cruel. So I am telling you guys, if you ever want to see these animals, go on a bushwalk. I've done it lots of times. I see kangaroos, I see bush wallabies, I've seen an echidna once. And no one owns those ones. You can do whatever you want to them. I think we should not be supporting these sanctuaries. And these animal experts, God, they shit me. Like, I know I love cats, and I know a lot more about cats than all these other cat lovers out there, but the experts, they just... I don't care if you've got a fancy degree from a fancy tech and you know the ins and outsides of a fucking pig's arsehole. Being an animal expert doesn't give you the right to be a prick to everyone. That reminds me of that bloody Docter Harry. Docter Harry's Practice. He used to be on Channel 7. Years ago, he was bringing out this book, and he was doing a book signing down at the MacDonals in Narela. We all used to watch Docter Harry as a family. Desiree absolutely loved Docter Harry. So me being a good mum, we actually took her down to Narela so she could meet Docter Harry, and we got there a little bit early so we could have something to eat beforehand. We ate and everyone started rocking up and the place was chookys. And Des started to line up. She was quite close to the front of the line. Me and Terry stayed back and we were just eating our chippies and whatnot. Next minute, Desiree, she's come back to us and she's talking and she's like, oh, I need the book so I can meet Docter Harry. And I said, bullshit. Go back and wait in line. Now you have to start all over again now. Terry the idiot, he was about to buy this bloody $45 book. I said, no, Terry, we're not paying $45 for a fucking book. She can't even read. Because she wasn't very smart. But earlier she had a fucking Happy Meal deal. Comes with the burger and the chippies, and she gets a soft drink and a little toy as well, and it all comes in this cardboard box. I ripped off one of the sides of the Happy Meal deal box, and I said, take that and go and get that signed. So she goes, lines back up, and then 20 or so minutes later she comes back over again, crying, tears rolling down her face like a waterfall. And then she's like, you have to get the book, and I thought, fuck, bullshit. And so I looked at her and I could actually see there was Docter Harry surrounded by all these adoring fans. And I thought, fuck this. So I didn't give a shit. I just got up. I walked right through the fans. I didn't give a shit about anyone's personal space. And I got right to the front and I said, oi, Docter Harry. And he looks at me and goes, hello, you stupid fucking hat. I said, right, my daughter. She wanted to meet one of her idols. And now you've got her in tears. Is this how you treat your precious fans? Trying to be all nice. He's like, oh, I'm sorry if there's any confusion, love. It's just a policy. You need to have a book for the signing, And I said, Docter Harry, here's a policy for you. How about you treat your fans with a little bit of fucking respect? By this point, the MacDonald's minions, they're all starting to stand around creating a human shield for Docter Harry, and they're telling me calm down, calm down. And one of them was like, you know, don't raise your voice. And I said, don't you fucking tell me what to do. So then the manager comes over, he goes, you can get out of here. And I said, well, I'm not going anywhere until Docter Harry signs his autograph for my daughter. He goes, that's not happening today. And then he grabs me by the arm and he starts trying to pull me away. And I just do this thing sometimes. I know I shouldn't do it. And sometimes I can't help myself. And so I was going to spit on him, but at the last possible second, my reflexes, I turned my head and I spat on the ground. Okay, so I did not spit on the MacDonald's manager. I just spat on the ground in front of him. But that was it. You know, next minute over comes these bloody Channel 7 security guys. They've got one of my arms each and they're like dragging me out into the car park, and then Terry Desiree come out and we just went home, and it was disappointing. Desiree was upset and I just said, you don't really want that silly old man's autograph, do you? And she goes, no. So we never watched him again after that. Way too rude. Yeah, so animal lovers. I know some of them mean well, but a lot of them are absolute gronks, you know. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you agree with me and think Australian native animals are there for everybody to love and give cuddles and kisses? Or do you agree with the animal experts and think they need to be locked up in fences and isolated and told what they can eat and when they can eat it, and bossing them around and telling people they can't touch them? Let me know in the comments if you've got the guts. Anyway, if you want to keep up with me, you can actually add me on my Instagram site at Cherylyn Barnes. It's the one with the blue tick on it. I've got a blue tick on it. You know, you can actually add me on my TikTok site, Cherylyn Barnes. You know, why not? You can actually book me on my Cameo site, so I can do like a video message clip for you. But who'd want to book me? I'm nothing. Yeah. Anyway, chookies, that's enough for now. Let's leave it at that. Good to check in with you. Big pussy kisses. And ciao for now, my chookies.